Shohei Ohtani may be costing the LA Dodgers a lot of money over the next decade, but he's actually going to be earning a lot of money for the KBO, Major League Baseball, and everyone else involved with the 2024 season opening series, March 20th and 21st, to be played in Seoul, Korea. This was going to be an absolute disaster. Here's why. In November of 2022, Major League Baseball had 4 games scheduled to be played in Korea. Confirmed members of the Major League team featured 2021 Rookie of the Year Randy Arozarena of the Tampa Bay Rays, Kansas City All-Star catcher Salvador Perez, Cleveland breakout left fielder Stephen Kwan, Anthony Santander of the Orioles, Cubs third baseman Patrick Wisdom, as well as Koreans Ha-Sung Kim of the Padres, Ji-Man Choi of the Rays, and Hoi Kim of the Pirates at the time, and former KBO standout Darren Ruff, who finished 2022 with the Mets. The pitchers were yet to be decided, but there were expected to be some recognizable names included on the roster. 2 games were going to be played in Seoul, with 2 more games to be played in the southern port city of Busan, both against a mix of KBO All-Stars. This whole debacle was a black eye that Major League Baseball and the KBO alike would soon rather forget, and fortunately for them, many have forgotten, and many more never knew in the first place. It started with exorbitant ticket prices for a country accustomed to spending anywhere from $10 to $20 for a typical KBO ticket and around $30 to $40 for club seats with tables directly behind home plate. You can imagine the shock, feeling of betrayal, and utter con when ticket prices for the games were revealed to start at $50 to $70 for outfield seats, normal upper deck seats in the $100 to $140 range, and top seats going for over $300. And remember, these were just exhibition games. Needless to say, the stadiums were expected to be more than half empty, and 2 weeks before the games were to be played, the plug was pulled. No one was sad the games weren't played. If anything, fans felt organizers got what they deserved, with any losses being chalked up to poetic justice. You can imagine the astonishment then of baseball fans in Korea when Major League Baseball proudly announced this past July that the 2024 regular season would open in Korea with a pair of games between the San Diego Padres and the LA Dodgers. I mean, fool me once, shame on you, but fool me twice, shame on me, right? Was the sentiment in Korea at the time of the announcement. I mean, sure, Ha-Sung Kim was going to be coming back home to play with the Padres, but really? If exhibition games were going to expect over $100 for average seats, what would they be charging for the 2024 regular season opener? This was a train wreck waiting to happen, and the league's reputation was going to take a significant hit this time, as this wasn't a game you could just sweep under the rug. It was most likely going to be a half-empty stadium for both games, or organizers taking a big loss by giving away tickets through corporate sponsorship. Enter Shohei Ohtani, a headline-grabbing $700 million contract, an opportunity to see in person Ohtani's first ever visit to Korea and being in his Dodgers debut. The price of admission himself, that an all-star lineup or a prodigal returning KBO star could not themselves headline. The price of those March 20 and March 21st games simply became as insignificant as Ohtani's urgency to receive his $700 million salary. And let's just say, hypothetically, that for some inconceivable reason, prices are indeed too much for Korea's diehard baseball community to afford. there will undoubtedly be interest from those in Japan just a 1-hour flight away to swoop in and say, "Shut up and take my money." Tickets for the game have yet to go on sale, and the prices haven't even yet been revealed. But there is no question that it will make the 2022 exhibition prices look like every other major league player's salary compared to Ohtani's latest deal. The difference is this time it won't matter, because one player this time is worth the price of admission, no matter how many organs you'll need to sell off to find a way into the Gochok Skydome for one of these games. It wasn't announced in the news anywhere when it was announced that Shohei Ohtani chose the Dodgers over the Blue Jays and every other Major League Baseball team. But I can assure you that once Ohtani's post hit Instagram, there were a group of business officials both in Korea and the Major League Baseball front office that were celebrating much like everyone in Japan after Ohtani's strikeout of Mike Trout in the World Baseball Classic. Except this wasn't just about winning. This was about saving face. Maybe for some, keeping a job. And for others, profiting off the unicorn many others will be profiting off for the next decade and beyond. If you've watched this all the way to the end here, first off, thank you so much. I really do love researching and producing interesting stories like this, but it makes it so much more satisfying knowing that someone is genuinely enjoying this. So thank you. And if you haven't done so already, I encourage you to subscribe to this channel and like this video, as it will help me to further develop this channel with interesting and informative content. Thank you once again.